Everything is downstream from lead generation, and yet we go about lead generation many times in all the wrong ways. So in this video, I want to share with you a slightly different angle of lead generation and how you can develop better connections with people. You know, we are all striving to have connections with people. And when you look at your sales pipeline or the prospects in your funnel, whatever you want to call it, you probably have some kind of connection with them, or you built a connection. There was some kind of vibe that happened, some kind of rapport or bonding. And I want to talk about this today in the context of lead generation, because I think we often go about lead generation all wrong, trying to make a cold call on somebody who doesn't know us, we don't know them, and we're trying like hell to make some kind of offer or try to get in to see them, and at some point they're just like, I don't even know you. And I hear this a lot from some of my customers who formerly, when I first started working with them, would do a lot of cold calls. So let me share with you what connection really means. There's 3 levels of it, and I think this will help you as you decide what kind of connection you want to have with your prospects. Number 1 is the acquaintance connection. The acquaintance connection is just you know them, they know you. You know me, I know you. I go to Starbucks almost every day, and I see a guy there named Tay Bronson. And Tay Bronson has a 5-piece band, a little country, a little bluegrass. We went to see him perform here a couple of weeks ago. He was really good. But Tay, before I'd seen him perform, I used to see him at Starbucks. And I knew he was a singer, and I introduced myself to him one day, and we became acquaintances. So we have a connection. We both go to Starbucks, and we know each other. So if we saw each other on the street in another city, we would say, hey, Tay, what are you doing? Hey, Bill, how's it going? Acquaintance. I wouldn't say it's superficial. It's something to build on, and it's not bad, but there's not much there. The second type of connection I want you to think about is the contribution connection. So if one day I walked into Starbucks and saw Tay and I said, hey, I know you're trying to figure out a way to promote your band, and I just shot a video on band promotion. I don't, but let's say I did. Would you like to see it? And he would say, well, heck yeah, I'd love to see it. Are you a band promoter? No, but I work with some, and so I'm familiar with a little bit of how to do it. So I'd like to send you that video. Or maybe if I said, look, I'm doing a free webinar on how to sell promoters on your band or how to sell to the promotion industry, and would you like to come? We would have a different level of connection there. I would be delivering value to him at no cost or at a cost. I'm not worried about cost right now. I'm more concerned with, are we doing something to contribute to the well-being of their lives, improving their ability to accomplish their dreams, reducing costs, whatever. Are you contributing something? Are you creating something that would contribute? I say all the time that we were created in God's image, and whether you believe in a spiritual higher power or not, you have to agree that you are here to create. You're here to create kids and well-being and protection and probably financial income and wealth. You're here to create things. You're here to create things for customers. So creativity is part of that contribution. So that's number 2. So we got acquaintance, just we're acquainted with somebody, and number 2 is contribution. Number 3 is shared experience, and it's connection through I've lived what you've lived. One example of this, and I'm not talking out of school here because I've shared this before, but I had an alcohol problem in my 20s. And I was adrift, and I was really, really struggling in life, and I drank too much, partied too much, and so I had a problem. And I sought help. I got help with the help of some, family and friends, and that has been a story of my life. I haven't drank since then. It's been 30-some years, one day at a time. It's been a great journey for me. But if I meet somebody else who has had that similar problem, we have an instant connection. We are just connected instantly. You know why? Because I know what he or she went through and is going through, and they know what I went through. They know the shame. I know their shame. They know some of the stories that we will tell stories about our adriftness, and we will laugh, but those stories could even be near-death experiences. So we have a connection way beyond just an acquaintance or a contribution. So as you're thinking about your prospects and as you're thinking about business development, seek to build those 3 levels of connection. You got to be acquainted with them first. And here's the way I would recommend doing it. If you have something that you can contribute to them, you've created something, a checklist, a trend sheet, a document, a white paper, a video, create something that would be helpful for them. I would call them up cold, if you want, make their acquaintance, say, this is Bob Smith. You don't know me from Adam. Let me tell you why I'm calling. We just created a 5-point trends document. We're sharing it with some of the people in the city here who are in the business like you are. We'd like to know if you'd like to get a copy of it. You can text me back, call me back, say yes or no. Happy either way. So now you've made an acquaintance and you've created something that will contribute to their lives. And then when you get on the phone with them, you can decide if you have any shared experiences or not. I'm not suggesting you have shared experiences, you make them up, but I can guarantee you if you were sat in a room with me for an hour and we just talked about life and about our experiences, I guarantee you we'd have something that we would share. A love of fitness, a love of basketball, a love of sport and nutrition. Whatever those things are, we would have a shared experience. You can't find that until you start to contribute something where you have a deeper conversation. So I hope this has helped. If you make cold calls and people don't agree to meet with you, it's just because there's no connection. So you've got to work at it. They're not going to work at it. So you've got to work at it. Hope that helps. By the way, if you haven't checked out our $1 Million Seller Challenge, it starts here very soon. There's always one coming up, so go to $1MillionSellerChallenge.com. There might be a graphic here at the end too. I'd love to have you. It's 5 days, 1 hour a day. I teach you exactly how you can exponentially grow your income if you're in business-to-business sales or sales leadership. All right, see you there. Bye.